Hi, my name is Vinny Valdez, and in this video I'm going to walk you through Katello and initial setup. Visit katello.org and look under the FAQ section, click on the How Do I Get Started link, and this will take you to Fedora hosted wiki. Make sure that you follow all of the instructions to ensure that all the prereqs are set up, and then grab the repo for whatever OS you're running. In this case, I'll be using Fedora 16. Just install the repo, which will give us access to all of the latest Katello and all of its dependency RPMs. So next, just yum install katello-all, and after a few minutes, you will have all of the necessary packages. One last thing, if you have run Fedora updates, you will want to make sure that the version of PyMongo you're running is not greater than 1.11. If so, just use yum downgrade and ensure that you're at a compatible version for running Katello. Next, run katello-configure. If you use --help, you'll see all the available parameters, such as setting LDAP. In this example, I'm just going to set the org name to be example, and I'm going to set the password to be password. And after a few minutes, Katello will be configured. Just make sure to open ports 443 and 80. And you also want to open up the port for AMQP, which will be found in the etc cupid-d.com file. By default, with this version, it's port 5671, but that may change, or you can customize it if you need. To open the user interface for Katello, just go to https, then the fully qualified domain name, /Katello. After you log in, you'll be presented with the Choose Organization screen. At this time, I only have one organization, but if you had multiple, you could manage those within this single interface. All of these main menu items have submenus. If you just hover over them, you'll see them drop down for content or systems. And then in the upper right is an Administer tab, which allows you to configure users, roles, and manage your organizations. So I'll start by going to Organizations and click on Example that I set up. And what I'm going to do here is set up environments. Now these environments are used to hold static copies of your software. So this allows you to set up a promotion path such as dev, and then another perhaps test or QA or integration, and then finally leading to production. And that's the intent of these environments. So I'll start by just creating dev, and its parent will be library. QA will be the next environment, and its parent will be dev. And then the last one will be production, with its parent being QA. You can't branch off at this time. It's a linear path, but you can create multiple paths. Library will always be the parent of new environments if you don't want to use an existing environment. Next, I'm going to go to Administer Users. And here you can take a look at the default admin user, the default roles for this user, which are obviously read everything and be able to administer the entire environment and organization. And if we look at environments, by default, there is no default organization and environment. So I'll go ahead and set that now and save it. And this will allow me to use this user via API or CLI, and every action will be applied to that default environment and organization. So next I'll create a new user, and I'm just going to call this template admin. The intent of this user will be, as it sounds, to manage templates, and we'll see what those are later. So first I'm going to create the user, then I'm going to go look at roles and associate something with this user. As you can see, there is no roles at this moment for this user. So now I'll go to Administer Roles and create a new role. I'm going to call this template admin. But if you drill into permissions, you'll see that there are none and there are no users. So I'll go ahead and add that user I created, template admin. And then under permissions, I can set global permissions or permissions on this specific organization, which I'll do. Then if you scroll down, I'm going to click on add permission. And in this case, I'm going to choose system templates. Now I can get granular and define specific verbs for different actions. But in this case, I'm just going to choose all verbs related to system templates. And then I got to give this permission a name. I'm just going to call it template admin to keep it simple. But you could see there are many roles and permissions that you can customize for whatever fits your needs. And this has been a basic setup of Katello. Join me in the next video where I'll cover setting up a content repository, and future videos where I'll cover additional functionality of Katello. Thank you for watching. Please visit Katello.org and join our community.